Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I normally don't do live videos on YouTube, so this is kind of cool. So, my name is Richard Miles, and for those that are new to my channel, if you're not aware of this, I had a hair transplant May 4th, 2022. So right now it's December 5th, 2022. And a lot of people have inboxed me on Facebook, Instagram, asking me a series of questions, what the whole experience asking me what the whole experience has entailed. So I'm just gonna briefly share with all of you what I experienced. And hopefully this will inspire you if you're thinking about getting a hair transplant. So again, May 4th, 2022, I had a procedure called FUE, follicular unit extraction, where they take follicles from the back of your hair, which is considered the donor site, and they basically plant those follicles in the front of your hair, wherever you're getting the hair transplant. So they took the follicles from the back and planted the follicles in the front of my hair. And let me see, I'm gonna try to get a good view here, but this right here was all bald, like there was no hair there whatsoever, and it looked ridiculous. Again, I'm not trying to defy my age. I'm very proud to be 51. I think I look damn good for 51. Good skin, clear skin, really no wrinkles. But I'm not ready to be bald. So I was very self-conscious. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna put on a show. I'm just gonna be very transparent. I was very self-conscious of my hair. I just didn't like the way it looked. It looked stupid, I'm just not ready to be bald. And if I have the money and the hair in the back to do it, why not get a hair transplant? Now, I know some doctors perform FUTs where they take the strip. I did not want that. I wanted the FUE because I just feel like it's less invasive, less scarring. I mean, it does leave a little bit of scars in the back, but the FUT, that strip, I'm not doing that because I don't want to look like Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. If I ever decide to go bald again, no, I'm not going to look like in one of the Friday the 13th movies. Okay, so that's why I elected to not have that procedure done. So I had 3,500 grafts done, and let me see, 1,200 was done here, were planted in the crown area, and the remainder was in this area here, the frontal lobe. Now, something I didn't know until later on is that because there's less blood flow in the crown area, that usually takes longer for the hair to come in, which I didn't know that at first, but it makes perfect sense because it's cooler back here. So that kind of is indicative of less blood flow. But anyways, so when I had the procedure done in May, I noticed around, let's say, 4 months later, between 3 and 4 months later, the hair started to come in. And it's weird because I really didn't notice it until one day I woke up. I'm like, damn, my hair is coming in. Like it just hit me all at once. It was the funniest thing ever. But I was very pleased. And it's funny, a lot of people that have not seen me in months are like, Miles, you look different. But they didn't realize I had a hair transplant. And then when I told them, they're like, oh my God, you look so different. I'm like, this is how I used to look when I was younger, in my 20s and 30s. When I had a full head of hair. Now it's still coming in because with your hair, it takes anywhere between a year and 15 months. So I'm sorry, about a year to year and a half. This is what a lot of doctors will tell you. So right now I'm at month 7. Like yesterday, which was December 4th, makes it 7 months since I had my hair transplant. But it takes about a year to year and a half in order for you to notice, the full result. So, it's still coming in. I'm very happy thus far with the results. I can let my hair grow out now. And like I said, it's still a little thin, but nothing compared to how it was before. Like I can literally go out like this and feel good, Something else I learned too, because I went to HRS yes, HRS of Atlanta. I hope that I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, HRS. Yeah, HRS, I believe, of Atlanta. I should know the name, but this is where I had my procedure done. And the doctors were educating me that certain hair types require less grafts because of coverage, right? Gives the illusion there's more hair. And they were just telling me, like, excuse me, African Americans that have 4C hair require less grafts because the hair is so tightly coiled, it covers more area. So it gives you the illusion that there's more hair than there really is, which I didn't know. But my hair, I don't know if you can see it or not, but my hair is more on the Caucasian side because I'm biracial. You know, I'm half African, West African, and half Eastern European. Excuse me, I had my ancestry DNA test, so I know. So I'm basically 50-50. I mean, I do have a little bit of Arab ancestry, like 3%. But anyways, I'm basically 50-50, but my hair takes more after my Caucasian side. So I required a little bit more hair grafts than someone that has 4C hair. I didn't know that, but they educated me about that. So, you know, teachable moment, right? And so, like I said, these are the results so far. It's still coming in, but, oh, sorry, I don't like that. But look how good it looks. I mean, compared to how it was before. Now, like I said, the crown still takes a little bit longer. So let me show you the crown. It's still coming in, but it takes longer, like I said, which is fine. My main concern is getting this done. I mean, I want the crown to come in too, but this right here is the most important because this is what people see. Now I'm 6'4", unless I'm sitting down or somebody has a ladder and looking at the top of my head. I wouldn't say I don't care about this area, but this is my least concern. My biggest concern is the front because that's what people see. But excuse me, I'm very happy with it. So you probably heard that there's a thing called or known as the ugly duckling stage. And what that basically means is when you have your hair transplant, all the transplanted hair eventually will fall out, right? Because it's like 3 different stages and I forget the names of them, but it all falls out. So sometimes you look worse than you did before the procedure. So it was a little rough in the beginning. Like the first couple of months, I looked like SHIT. I did not like the way I looked, but you know what? I had no shame. I still went out in public because I just didn't care because I'm not trying to impress anyone. But then it paid off. Like I said, by month 4 is when the hair really started to come in. I was like, wow, like I was just really impressed how quick it came in. But I do take, you know, supplements. I take saw palmetto, 555 milligrams a day. So basically I take 2 pills a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. I don't do finasteride and minoxidil because the finasteride was causing some impotency issues with me and I wasn't ready for that. You know, so I stopped taking that. And minoxidil, I don't know, I just didn't have any interest in using it. So I take, you know, the saw palmetto and I take like hair pills like the biotin and stuff like that. Lots of different vitamins, multivitamins, just about every day. Eating a lot of green leafy vegetables, just things that I know kind of promote like, you know, blood flow and hair growth, whatever. That's what I do. Drink lots of water. Those are things that I do. And then at night after, you know, I take my shower, once I rinse the gel out and, you know, I put like a tea tree oil in my hair, just a little bit because my hair is naturally oily. I don't have dry hair, I have oily hair. So it's important for me to not add more oil to it, but I only do the tea tree at night because I just feel like it helps to stimulate hair growth. But other than that, I don't put any oils in my hair. No, thank you. And in terms of the gel, I use gel that's that's alcohol free. And let me show you what I use. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. Oops. Sorry, I'm just banging into every friggin' thing. Okay, so this is the gel that I use. I like it. It's one of my favorite gels. This is what I use. I can use any gel, but I like this right here because it has like olive oil in it. I like it, okay? But it's alcohol free, it's really good stuff. That's what I use. But you know, I can use just about any gel or mousse in my hair because of my texture, you know, it doesn't matter. But I prefer that one, it's my favorite one. But this is how my hair looks after a shower, and I like the gel because it keeps that wet look. But you know, when I had my hair transplant, it was a little rough in the beginning because, you know, you have to sleep a certain way, you get blood all over your pillows. Like, I didn't enjoy it. The first couple of weeks was a struggle for me, but after that, you know, I started to wash my hair, you know, pat dry it because you have to be really delicate because you want the follicles to come out or whatever. But after like, excuse me, like 3 to 4 weeks, you know, the follicles become permanent in your system, like your system absorbs the follicles, so you don't really have to worry about the follicles coming out. Because a lot of times people always ask me, it's like, well, are they gonna fall out? After a certain period, I believe it's like 10 days or so, it becomes permanent, you know? But I'll tell you something, my procedure costs a little over $10,000, 3,500 grafts. I do understand some people can get it cheaper in Turkey, but I was not gonna fly to Turkey. All those hours on a plane will kill my back because I already have back issues. And plus, I was always worried, like, what if they had a moratorium on flights because of COVID or whatever other virus that emerges, because we always have all these freaking viruses to deal with. And also too, I would just worry that, you know, what if I had a complication? I don't know anybody in Turkey. I mean, I do have some clients there, but I'm just saying, I don't have family there, and I don't want to get stuck in Turkey if I have a serious medical problem. You know, I mean, that's not down the road. I mean, that's thousands of miles from my home here in the US. So, excuse me, I was not interested in that. I don't care how cheap it was, you know. Sometimes it's not always about money, it's about safety and other things. And to me, even though I spent a lot more money here in the States, I felt comfortable. Something happened to me, like I'm still domestic, I'm not international, and I can always, you know, get help locally because I'm still in the US, compared to being like, you know, in another country, which I don't speak the language, I don't know anything about the culture, I don't have any family there. I wasn't gonna go experience that or, you know, risk that. No freaking way. But overall, I'm very happy with the results. I gotta see, you know, after like a year and a half, if I have to get a second little touch up, I may, I'm not sure yet, but right now I'm very happy. Again, I'm doing things to take care of my hair health, so it comes in nice and thick, but definitely worth it. If you have the funds, life is short. If you want to get a hair transplant, do it. And a lot of women get it done too, by the way. A lot of women get hair transplants, so it's not just for men. Women get it too. But that's about it. You know, no fancy bells or whistles. I didn't rehearse this. It's not scripted. It's just ad lib. I just wanted to share with all of you my experience getting a hair transplant. A lot of people ask, did it hurt? It really didn't hurt. I would say the injections were probably the most painful, but once the Novocaine, I believe that's what they use, once it, you know, sets in, you can't feel anything. I mean, you know, they're punching holes in your head, but you can't really feel anything. And in my case, the numbing sensation in the frontal lobe lasted for about 2 months. It was numb for like 2 months, but then it finally went away. So, but I would say the most difficult part of the hair transplant was like laying there for 12 hours. My procedure took 12 hours, and to be sitting in one position for like several hours, that I did not enjoy. You know, I couldn't even watch TV. I couldn't be on my phone. I just didn't like that. That was a pain in the ass, but I got through it. You know, I made it, and it was definitely worth it. So I hope this video is helpful to all of you. If you're thinking about getting a hair transplant, again, consult with your doctor, make sure it's safe, but it was definitely worth it, you know. So look, like I said, look at the results. I'm very, 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 very happy with those results thus far. All right, God bless, take care, and we'll talk again. Good night.